My little pony, my little pony.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hey, happy Nightmare Night. Welcome, everybody, to Bronyville. This is episode 27, recorded on October 22nd, 2011. I am your host, Apple Cider. Very, very good to have you guys on the show today. We got a really great show. We've got Luna to talk about, so we've got tons of awesome, super cool, fun stuff. Chef Sandy is out this week and leaving me all alone to try and pick my guests. And our other panel of guests weren't able to make it. So we've got 3 in this week. I am still in Appalachia, still doing nice stuff over here, but I was able to fill in. Guest number 1 coming in all the way from somewhere in Wisconsin is going to be Plaster. Hey, man.
What's up? I don't think it's a Luna episode because Luna is my wife.
There you go. So we got you on, returning guest Plaster there. We'll do your 2 little questions since you did return. We don't have to do the full questions. Also helping out today, actually helping me out, putting me in a studio. If you actually notice how good I sound this week. That would be none other than returning guest, also Floofy Hoof.
Thank you very much. Good to be here again.
Yeah, good to have you here. We can actually, this is a fun thing. We can actually bro hoof in studio. That happened.
You guys didn't hear that, but we just bro hoof.
Yeah. If we had a webcam, you might have been able to see it, Plaster, but it happened.
You know what? In post, you put a little explosion sound effect right there.
Yeah, get to it. So, great to have you 2 guys on. Good to have some returning guests. We got a big episode today. We just can talk some stuff. I know Plaster's got a new little project, so we can hit a little bit of that in topic time. And, dude, we got Luna to talk about.
Yes.
So, let's start this off. We usually do our 4 questions, but since you guys are returning guests, we have to just check in on you, make sure nothing's changed. Plaster, let's start with your 2 favorite character and favorite episode. Go!
The last time I was on here was like episode 14-ish, I believe.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's correct.
That would be it.
I think I said Octavia last time. This time, all Wuna. Ninja Princess of the Night, Wuna.
All evil, crazy Princess of the Night. I do not understand. This is the voice I'm talking! Yep.
Hey, yeah, so...
Samuel L. Jackson there. No control over her volume.
This is just the volume of my voice!
Yeah. That was a pretty interesting, just seeing that happen.
Yep. We'll get
fantastic.
to that. Moving on.
We will.
Favorite episode, and this one's actually a new one, too. I'm kind of interested. I want to talk to you about it a little bit. So what's that?
Because the last time I was on, I don't think the whole season was over yet.
No.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
I don't know.
Totally was.
I don't know.
Okay. So
I don't know things,
What's
okay?
happened?
I don't know things at all.
Maybe.
I don't remember the last one. I think it might have been Party of One, but now I changed it to Return of Harmony Part 2, because that was just a fantastic episode.
It was, I said it when we had it. It's a good wrap up to the first one where people were kind of like, I thought it was a good wrap up.
Yes,
but it eclipsed Party of One for you. Why is that?
I think I laughed a lot harder at some of the things, like especially the whole "You're Rainbow Dash now" thing, and here comes Tom, and
here comes Tom.
Yeah. It had its moments, and I mean, as much as I like Party of One to be a good introduction episode for new people that I, let into the fan base or whatever, but like that's Party of One has always been my standard. Like, here you go, you watch this episode instead of like the first 2 episodes because those suck. But now it's going to be Return of Harmony Part 1 and 2.
So what do you think of, what was it, Report Zero? What was your feelings on that episode then?
A lot of people were saying it's like the best episode ever, and I liked it. It's just, I'm not a big fan of, like a lot of people ran away with the whole crazy Twilight thing, and I was like, oh, why are you making fun of poor old Twilight? So...
And she is best pony. And this week, just so everyone knows, I've made sure Rainbow Dash gets no love. None. All right, moving on. Thank you, Plaster.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Quiet, you. All
no,
right.
You said last time I was on here that you guys were mad when I said Rainbow Dash was the worst pony.
I didn't get mad at you on that.
It was all Sandy, wasn't
That'd
it?
be Sandy.
Yeah.
That'd be
okay.
Sandalicious Sandy McSandy pants.
RBD
okay.
fanboy.
All right. So, Floof, we got you back on. So let's just double check with you. Favorite character, favorite episode, go.
Favorite character, favorite episode, still same as before. I'm not about to change. Favorite pony is still Pinkie Pie, just because she's Pinkie Pie. And
Coming-
definitely.
Coming from the guy wearing a Pinkie Pie pin right now.
I'm wearing a Pinkie Pie pin right now. I wear it every day. Actually, today was the first person that somebody had recognized it as Pinkie Pie's cutie mark.
Was this somebody that wasn't in our group of friends?
No,
or?
it was someone in our group of friends. It was the only Brony, or the only other Brony in our group today.
You've gotten some weird...
The other one said it was like a pink fish with other little baby fish inside of it.
No.
Because I know the Pin Philly is redoing that, like doing round 3 or whatever.
Yes.
Of the pins.
And I will buy
they're-
all of round 3 too, because I love those pins so much.
Yes, I have round 1. I missed round 2, but round 3 I'm getting those.
Round 2 was a big round. There were lots of pins.
Yeah, I need to
was
get
a
more of those. They are so good. If you guys don't know what those are, I suggest going over to merch on Pony-chan. You can go find those, and they're really, really good
Very
pins.
high quality. You know, this is the first pin where the damn it hasn't fallen off the back of it.
Hey, watch your mouth.
It's what it's called.
I know.
You can say that on the radio. It's cool.
It's what they're called. It's what it
I
is.
know. I wanna
Okay.
sing on that one.
And finishing up favorite episode.
My favorite episode is still going to be Cutie Mark Chronicles, because I'm a big fan of backstory, and Cutie Mark Chronicles had more backstory per capita than any other pony episode to date.
I believe so. I would believe that. Even after today's episode, it did have a ton of backstory.
Yeah.
So, that sounds good. Great to have both of you guys. We've got a ton to get through. We got news, we've got emails, we've got to talk about Woona. So, let's go ahead and get this train going. First thing I want to do is we do have our sponsor, and we love them because it is We Love Fine. If you guys go over to We Love Fine and put in code Bronyville10, you'll get 10% off your purchase. So you can get whatever shirt you want. Tons of new stuff. I'm sure if I go right there right now, I'll find more. So very cool, guys. As addition, we are also guest voters for the MLP Fan Design Contest Season 2. So if you got any submissions, I believe it is mid-October. Actually, I wonder if submissions have ended. So you guys could probably go over there right now and start doing the votings at this point and try and figure out which one you like the best. We'll make our decision, but the big winner on that will end up getting 3,000 bits. So, hey, why don't you go help some ponies out? That sounds like a good little fun cause. And there was last time I checked, and that was last week, it was 640 submissions. So there's a few to vote on.
Wow, that's impressive.
So
I remember We Love Fine had your Spawn Magnet Pony shirt on there a little bit.
Fortunately lost it because I guess somebody called in and went, copyright!
Ah, those jerks.
I had people message me, just go dude, I'm so happy I got it. And I was like, shoo. But dude, there's a magnet pony on eBay I gotta buy.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Is it still on there? Because I could have sworn I saw that a couple weeks ago.
I saw it. It got posted by Purple Tinker immediately. She posted just hey, there's a magnet pony. You should buy that. And I'm like, Chef, could I use our show budget? We picked up some show budget money. This is an expense we can use, right?
That's like the entire show right there. There's going to be no show anymore. It's just pictures of the magnet pony up on the website. Thanks for the donations, guys.
Magnet Pony is talking. I shall defeat you. I am Magneto. So, very cool on that. So it said, We Love Fine. All right, now moving on, because we don't have bumpers, because that's how cool we roll. We got news. And I got a news pony on the staff today, so I can sit back a little bit and have him jab his jaws. So,
You really want me to do that?
Sure, why not, Plaster? You got a nice enough voice. We like it.
All right, cool. Thanks
Okay.
for that. derpyhoops.com. That my little plug there.
Sure.
So I do the news there, and let me just bring up what we got. We got the third quarter earning results. We got the CEO and the CFO. They had a little phone conference, question and answering, and this was they transcripted the introduction. They didn't actually get the question and answering. But they went ahead and they told us how they were doing with the third quarter of the earning fiscal year. And so, obviously, they're going to mention My Little Pony because we are making them money. And so, let me just go over a couple of things. bullet pointed them nice and fancy on the site and stuff like that. So I'll just read these. Friendship is Magic is consistently ranked in the top 5 shows airing on the following networks. Cartoon Network's Boomerang channel in the United Kingdom and on Treehouse in Canada, which is exciting. They're also selling toys like hotcakes, and they're very pleased. And at that point in time, I would like to nudge and say, hey, see the eBay results and some of these toys you guys got going, like these guys are making, and maybe you should consider doing it too.
Pony. Sorry.
Yes, I mean, seriously, some of these things are going for like thousands of dollars. Did you see that Fluttershy plush?
Yeah, didn't it go like $2,000-$3,000? What was it?
Yes. It was really well done, first off, but second off, it's going for thousands of dollars, and for one person. Think of if Hasbro picked up on that and made their own. It'd be insanity.
That's a lot of bits.
I mean, Starry Night put up her little painted sketchbook option that she had out there, and she ended up getting around $250 for it. For just a commission on that. I mean, I got two kind of things to go on this. One, I think it would be nice if they kind of branched out, but I almost wonder if a little bit of Hasbro is just going like, you know what? They've had people who did custom stuff before with the older versions, and, that's kind of representative by their My Little Pony Con that they have over at the Hasbro headquarters. And, do we really want would we rather have them step in and be like, we're making all these things, please stop doing customs, or would we rather them just make their things and let us make our own? Like, if you had to choose two worlds, which would you like?
We can't have both?
You can't have both.
They can't coexist.
Can't cake and eat. You either cake or eat.
What's the point of having cake if you can't eat it?
Quiet, you.
Option C.
C.
Quiet. C as I steal the muffins and eat them.
Oh, I don't like that option.
They both have their merits, actually, because with the current setup, people can definitely express their creativity and make a lot of money doing so. But on the other hand, if Hasbro were to start putting out better merchandise, more people could obtain better pony toys.
But the problem with that is if they started making merchandise and the MLP thing started to wane, they'd be at more of a disadvantage.
They would, yes.
This is the reason why I think they're going to keep doing their standard stuff, even if, I say about, and this is no knock to Hasbro, but because this is coming from a dude that's definitely outside the main age range, is just like, okay, so it's a 50-50 hit, every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I like these plastic ones. The hair ones are all right. Yeah, God, the gala dresses are terrible. It's kind of a play on that. And people, and the cool stuff that we like is like, oh, I want to get an Octavia. All right, I'll go on eBay. Cool, somebody's got a recolor of, Pinkie Pie. All right, there we go. Or no, that would be a terrible one.
It really would.
It's like, why has Octavia got curly hair? That's weird. I forget. I guess it's Applejack that's the recolor for her. So, yeah, but, I don't know. Plaster, what's your feeling?
My feeling on it is, like, I'm glad that they're letting us do whatever they want. It's just that I would like them to open it up to third-party businesses, like maybe somewhere in Japan, to make, like, I would like to have a wider access to better figures, because I've commissioned customs, and I've bought customs, and they are not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
They are like $40 at least a pop. And if I can get like cheap, good ponies for like $20, I'd jump on that.
But think of the artists that are just making a killing, man. They're just making a killing.
I know they put a lot of effort into it, and I know the baits and the materials, like bait is the stock pony. They just take it apart, paint it, whatever. But the doll hair and everything like that. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, and it takes a lot of effort. So, I mean, I can see where they're coming from with all that pricing. It's just that, as I said, if I can get it mass-produced for way less, I'd take that.
You don't get love in mass production, though.
I know.
I kind of wonder how much having the custom stuff out there. I mean, I guess John Joseko doesn't exactly apply to this at all, but for the artists out there that actually do contribute this amount of information and are open for commissions, I know John is as well, but he has so much stuff going on at the same time as well. I'm sure for many artists, just having this avenue to do artwork and maybe do customs and things like that is probably a big boon for their business.
Oh, yeah. This whole fan base is really kind of rabid when it comes to that almost. I know I have also commissioned a picture in my time, and those go for like $20 a pop, too. So it's just, making a lot of money. These guys are. So.
Yeah. Did all the images for the Bronyville website at BronyShow.com, and I spent about $100-ish bucks getting Lulsey to make those up for us. So, she's gotten a little bit of benefit from that. The only other kind of thing I want to kind of go on that is, okay, so let's take this. So you talked about a whole bunch of numbers and goodness coming over from Hasbro. So just kind of say, Plaster, what does that mean to us as the consumer?
As the consumer, what it means to you is, well, if you're a shareholder, you'd be jumping for joy. But as a consumer, what they're doing is that because it's doing so well, they're going to make more and they're going to sell more. Like, they're going to put more out there for us. I know it's not just ponies that they're talking about. I know, I didn't mention this in the article, but they were saying in the actual session that they're kind of more focusing on board games for the holiday season. But it does not mean that it means that they're looking at us. They're seeing what we're doing, and they're definitely going to try to do at least a little bit more for us, even if it's just more recolors or whatever.
I just decided to do a little kind of silly thing, and if you guys want, I just found something that would be a really interesting boost to Hasbro, if you guys would be interested in this. If you have, at this point, $35.08, you too could own a piece of Hasbro stock. So
that's pretty cool, actually.
So if you want to really show them how you support, why don't you buy a little bit of stock and show them, hey, you know what? You're doing all right. And actually, they've actually dropped a lot since January to October, but of course the economy's kind of been, but maybe this could be the rebound if ponies keep it up. So
Hasbro has more than just ponies. Just got to keep that in mind.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know, but. Got that right there. So that was kind of interesting. You can find that their quote pages or their thing. Okay.
Cider, are you going to be a Hasbro stock holder now?
I don't know. $35 I might be able to swing it.
Just one share?
Just one share.
You know what? If you do it, I'll do it too.
So can I go to Rhode Island if I own one share and go there and be like, I own part of you, make better ponies.
That would be it. If we could get a conglomerate of people to save money up and become like a massive shareholder in Hasbro,
like a 20% shareholder, the Brony fund or whatever.
The Brony fund, yeah,
exactly.
Just be like, we require Big Macintosh. They're like, we gotta do it, dude. Our shareholders are demanding Big Macintosh. Okay.
You can't say no. Not to that.
Oh, boy.
They listen to money. So.
Epic waste of money.
Waste? Dude, if I get Big Macintosh out of it, it's not a waste of money.
Okay. Fair enough.
Magneto punny now. We own both of those. We could do it. This is not the correct use of our licenses, guys.
Let's call up China now. Tell them we want something weird.
Our entire boardroom is being hijacked by this weird guy named Apple Cider. I have demands and you will listen. Where is my fruit juice?
He's wearing a T-shirt that says Celestia
fruit juice.
I own you.
That could be a very small change, actually. If they could do that, we'd get a whole bunch of money together.
Can we just buy
Celestia
out this
pink.
weirdo? I require apple juice because Applejack would make it. Oh boy! All right, let's move on. This is the point when Chef would tell me to calm down and start moving on. So we should probably do that.
Good, because you got to channel him this week.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so tell us the next one here. Some sort of award for the ponies.
Well, actually, I wasn't done with that last one.
Oh, okay, keep going. No. Go on.
I was going to segue and be like, speaking of China, what we got is Hasbro has also closed deals which allows Hasbro shows, which will most likely include My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, across Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific, which totals up to about 142 countries. So, the following countries have signed up for 3 more seasons of Hasbro's first season shows. Doesn't include all 142, but some of the big ones are Germany, Italy, France, Spain, Scandinavia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Korea, China, Mexico, and Brazil. So, yeah, the first season of the show is going to, at least those countries.
Dear listeners in those said countries, by the way, it is okay to start in believing that Twilight Sparkle is best pony, because she totally is. Do not pay attention to the Rainbow Dash crowd, because they're totally wrong.
You know, some of those don't speak English, right?
Kego Espanol, Rainbow Dash is bad. Higo, Twilight Sparkle. No. I was just offensive to a bunch of people.
You know what? That's cool, because there's post-editing, but he's not going to cut that out, because it's funny.
Nope.
I hope he doesn't.
I'm a terrible pony. All right. Okay, anything else there, Plaster?
Yeah, no, we're in the business of ponies, and business is booming.
There you go. All right, so what's this next one that I was segueing to too quickly?
Yes, let me pull that up. The Cable Facts Award for Best Animated Series. If you're unfamiliar with Cable Facts, like I was up until I found out about the whole award, Cable Facts is a company that is built to educate and promote shows to television executives and producers and all those other people up in the television making world. So our show was up against Archer from FX, which is a personal favorite of mine, trust me. Yeah. And then the Hub's own Transformers. We beat them. Best animated series.
Oh, man, and I have to say, I love Archer.
Archer's one of the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a good series. Man, you know what? As much, I still have to go with the ponies. You know, I love that series. I love that dry, crazy humor that they have.
Ponies has got him beat, though. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I feel you. It's a close second, though, isn't it?
Someone write the My Little Pony crossover with Archer. There. God, could you just imagine that?
ISIS Equestria.
Thank God for them internet.
Yes. ISIS Equestria. Oh, man. Oh,
God.
It could be,
Archer, what would his cutie mark be? What would Archer's cutie mark be? It'd be like a hooker or a
it'd be a
bottle of
martini
whiskey.
glass or something.
Yeah, that's classy right there.
It'd be a martini glass with a gun balancing a naked woman on top of it. That would be his mark.
How do you picture no taste? How do you put that as a tattoo on someone's butt?
I picture no taste. I would picture as putting Paranormal State on someone's flank. That's what I would consider no taste. Or Rainbow Dash.
Oh, you know, you get a hook for that.
There we go.
Okay.
Told you this episode was going to be rough.
Can we do the trifecta one more time? We have to make fun of Rainbow Dash.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Sometime.
We'll get it taken care of.
It's going to be subtle.
Chef is going to get mad at me this episode.
It's his fault for being out.
He wasn't here. It's his fault.
I know.
He's not sick. This is voluntary absence.
Yep.
This is his leave.
Okay, so anything else?
This is what happens.
So they won that award. Very cool to the guys. I hope that all those guys, because I mean Daniel and you know. The
names, man.
The names, the beers in my head are preventing the
Jeff?
names.
No, it wasn't Jeff.
No.
It was
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Thiessen. I call him JT for short. You guys should start.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea.
JT. JT, Raven, Sibsy, all you awesome guys, gals over there. Good job. Good luck. Good awesome. If I ever go over there, I'll take a picture of that award and say, "This is the cool award that they got over there." That's awesome. All right, and that has been as per the last 2 weeks. It looks like it's been slow news week.
Yeah, it has. So trust me, it has.
But you know what? We've been gabbing on for a good long while about that. So that will take care of our little bit of news. And so it's books time. And you know what? I said last week that Chef, was supposed to bring Grimdark, and Chef wasn't here. Talk about not thinking it through. But to make it honest, I made sure it took a little bit of going back into my past thinking. It may not be dark, but it definitely is grim. So just to go ahead and stay on that. So my fic of this week is Fluttershy gets a paper cut. If you want to read... Okay, let me give you a synopsis. Fluttershy gets a paper cut. It then goes insane. It's insane. By what I say, it's grim. That paper cut ain't stopping. So just there's your nightmare night grim thing that you can read, and it is definitely not that other thing that involves pastries. So you can totally do that. Plaster, what do you got for us?
I don't actually read fan fiction anymore. I don't get the chance. But I do have a friend from the IRC that is making a Chrono Trigger and Pony crossover. And since I love Chrono Trigger and I love ponies, I have no choice but to say Pony Trigger.
All right, and Floof, what you got?
I actually don't have a whole lot of time to read fan fiction either, so I'm going to have to reach back myself and go with a story called My Little Western by one of my favorite authors, which is Lawrence Brown.
Explain it to me.
It's a Trixie redemption story where she goes out, she's trying to rebuild her name, and she goes out to Appaloosa, where they're about to host the Summer Sun celebration, but stuff goes wrong because a bandit wants to sabotage it. So she has to team up with Brayburn and the sheriff, and Little Strongheart makes an appearance there too. Strong. Well, she does have strong.
They're a little thin, though.
But it's like an extortion.
But are they strong?
I do have to say, Little Strongheart sounds like a medical condition. By the way,
extortion buffalo. I like it, Blaster. I like it. But it was a story so good that I felt that I needed to do a audiobook style recording of it.
All right, cool deal. So, very cool on that. That's your fix. Read them if you want some dark, some tricks, or some trigger. Hey, there you go.
You know what? I'm going to put that in there in the show notes. You can find that if you want to listen to that.
Yep, you can definitely check that. You can do the show notes. That would be over at BronyShow.com. You can follow along on there with all the links that we're giving to you, also for the emails for the email thing. But at first, now we've got topic time. We don't really have any set things since we've got returning. I'll let Plaster talk about his new little project coming up kind of later, since it is his one cool thing. So let's see, blank flank, whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move on to the episode, because this is a big episode. This has been the one that every pony has been waiting for.
Oh boy.
So this is the time for your spoiler. If you do not want spoilers, if you have not seen Season 2, Episode 4.
And if you haven't seen it by Wednesday, what is your problem?
Really, this airs Wednesday. As of the recording, this afternoon at noon, somebody posted a link to it on YouTube. So it's been
somebody had it up 17 minutes after it aired.
So what is your excuse?
Minutes.
Why haven't you seen this episode yet?
So
you know what? Pause the podcast right now. It's on YouTube.
Go watch it. So yeah, it's got your Luna. It's got everything you need. So let's go ahead. Spoiler time begins now. All right, spoiler time. Awesome. Okay, so let's do the broad view of what happened in the episode, and then we can dig down deeper. So, basic view that I got from it was, hey, it's Nightmare Night. This is awesome, very super cool. We're doing all of our thing. Here's the history, and then Luna shows up, scares every pony.
Luna with horrible timing.
With the most horrendous timing. Shows up. Wants to try and get back in the good graces of every pony out there, but is having a little bit of problem because of, well, she's been kind of encased for 1,000 years. And after a little bit of work and some troubles, finally ends up figuring out how to do such thing, and happiness ensues.
A lot of lectures.
Yeah. Did you also notice at the end of this episode that we didn't get your classic "Dear Princess Celestia"?
No, she did. She totally did.
She totally did?
Yeah, she was writing a letter in front of the statue.
I'm totally done.
And then Rainbow Dash got her comeuppance.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, because she deserved them.
So, I do...
There's number 3.
There's number 3.
Number 3. There we go.
Maybe. Okay, yeah.
So, I do have to say, and I did spend a lot of thinking about this, but this episode, it's done it. It is top episode for me.
Really?
There's only 3 things I can give a misgivings of, and Floof wants to say that 2 of them are there. I just didn't pay attention. Mm-hmm. One is that there was no song. That is one of the big shortcomings.
We're kind of overdue for that, aren't we?
2, there was no rarity. I would have liked to have the main 6 there. Mm-hmm. And 3, with all the background ponies they added in, all of them, I did not see Lyra and Bon Bon. And that's almost like a requirement for me. Like, almost, if you're going to have that many, just give me those 2 basics to latch on. Sure, they were all over the last episode, but just seeing them there, it brings me comfort. But
now let me go over those 3 things for you. The first one you were saying with no music, People were joking that poor Yorby, they're going to have all the music at like halfway through the series, and then like every episode is going to be a song. That guy has to remake every single one of them. But then we're going to go to number 2 with Rarity. Lauren Faust had her own little comment on her DA saying, explaining that. Rarity was supposed to be in the episode. She was in the script. They had a scene for her where she was going to be being made over, or she was making over Luna, and then they kind of just cut it out. I don't know.
I could see potentially the reason if it, and one reason I think it could have just not flown well. Also, some people did say that Luna does at times sound very Rarity because they are the same voice actress.
I think Rarity and Trixie as well. I think.
Well,
maybe.
Luna's definitely. Trixie, don't recall right offhand.
Look that up, actually.
We're going to get fan mail. They're going to call us dumb.
You know what? No, because we have IMDb.
Oh, there you go. That smart pony is over here.
Tabitha St. Germain.
Yes, Tabitha St.
Love
Germain.
that woman's voice.
And then Lyra and Bonbon is just me being super critical about wanting to see things.
You know, somebody had told me that they kind of saw Lyra dressed as a mummy, but it's hard to tell.
Because she's a mummy.
Because she's wrapped up like a mummy, yeah.
They had Colgate as a dentist,
which was so cool.
It was actually hard at times to tell because at first we were like, I can't see any of the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and like, no, there's Scootaloo, there's Scootaloo. Oh no, there's Sweetie Belle. I just couldn't find Apple Bloom.
She wasn't there.
Apple Bloom was in there. Somebody told me she had the bow and everything. She was like a zombie or something. I don't know.
No, I totally. I went back and watched it like 3 times. Totally didn't see Apple Bloom. I was looking for Apple Bloom.
We're going to be spending the next 2 weeks just pulling apart all the costumes. I swear.
I could have sworn to God Octavia was on the stage playing a fiddle. I have no idea.
Oh, that would be, if that was a fact.
I need
that would
HD
be
for
awesome.
that. I need HD for that.
We will have to double check.
You know, this would have been the first episode since what was it?
I don't know.
Bridal Gossip. The first episode since Bridal Gossip where one of the 3 Cutie Mark Crusaders was seen and all 3 of them weren't seen.
Well, let's do this. I've got the breakdown here, so we can go through some of the basics of the story. So let's go ahead and do this. First off, I do want to say, and this is completely not pony related, but the Secret Millionaires Club is the dumbest thing ever. By the way. I
heard Jay-Z was on it.
I don't care. In a world where Warren Buffett is a good guy is a world I don't want to live in.
The Wizard of Finance.
The Wizard of Finance, yeah.
He's got some good advice.
The Wicked Witch of Finance, whatever.
Maybe,
okay,
but
political advice aside, there you go. There's my little rant.
That's not cartoon worthy, really.
No, okay. Yeah. Hey, we're going to hang out with the people with a bunch of money.
No, it wasn't. Going back to the whole Trixie thing, that was a lady by the name of Kathleen Barr.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's get into the actual episode. Let's see. I've got some of the costumes that we had here. So he's had Star Swirl the Wizard, for obviously Twilight. You had Spike the Dragon, which, okay.
The dragon. He did
Dragonception.
And he was the exhibit of this episode. He put a dragon in the dragon so we could have Dragon Molly Dragons.
There you go. I did like the fact that I could say this. So we had Chicken Pie.
Nice.
We had
that was a stretch.
Shadow Bolt Dash, Scarecrow Jack, which I kind of like the fact because it's Scarecrow Jack. If you think about it, that's so very Applejack of like, well, took it off the stick and put it on me, then I put it right back up. It's multi-use.
Did you ever see that Freakazoid pony crossover comic where it was somebody said Applejack's name wrong and then Candlejack appeared?
Yes.
That kind of reminds me of that, yeah.
Oh, Applejack. Somebody call me? Oh, not you, Candlejack.
Oh.
No. I'm going to need more rope. Ooh. All right.
People were complaining that Rainbow Dash was dressed up as a Wonderbolt. Not a Wonderbolt. Shadowbolt. That's right. As a Shadowbolt, but she's the only one to have seen a Shadowbolt.
Maybe Luna.
Luna definitely would have recognized, which I was kind of looking for that. I was looking for a Luna to be like, kind of a little, like, a sneer or something.
Really?
Well, but she never, really, come on. She didn't really even see. If you think about it, she didn't even. Well, she did. Well, I mean, she didn't really see.
She created the Shadowbolts.
Yeah, but I mean, she didn't see Rainbow Dash. You think through all of the things that happened during the episode. The only time where she would have seen Rainbow Dash would have been at the very end. Think about it. She never actually like directly dealt with Rainbow Dash during the whole episode until the very end.
Maybe that one scene in the dark back alley.
Oh, yeah, that was an interesting scene.
All right, so let's move on. We have our little addition, maybe not a Cutie Mark
Cutest
Crusader,
pony. Cutest new
but we
pony.
got ourselves a Pipsqueak. Yeah, he's kind of terribly adorable.
He kind of is.
Yeah.
He's kind of some sort of gold.
I'm a little British boy pony. I'm
From Trottingham.
I'm from Trottingham. Oh, Aaron, this first time since you moved from Trottingham? No, this is my first one ever. This is British for me.
You do a horrible, horrible British accent.
Quiet.
I really hope you don't have any overseas listeners that you're going to offend with that.
I've already have. Did you hear me doing accents earlier in different languages?
Yeah, I kind of put that to the back of my mind.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so Pipsqueak, yeah, I think everybody loved that. I think that there were definitely, there was the thing I said earlier. You want to bring that up?
I was going to let you bring that up because that's all you right there, man.
It took me looking at some of the comments for the episode, but there was a whole bunch of people who got really, really excited because, okay, Pipsqueak, shorten it, Pip. All right, then you go ahead and add, at some point, I believe, Twilight says Little Pip, which immediately, ming, 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 ringed in people's heads. Wait, that Fallout Equestria has a Little Pip. Yeah, so people were kind of going like...
Kind of a stretch.
A stretch? Yeah, but that's all we do here is we stretch.
They referenced Fallout Equestria. We're soon going to have a Fallout Equestria fic episode. But yeah, that happened. Let's see. Also, I meant to add the author for this was M.A. Larson. Do we know what else did she do? I think you searched on that.
I did not get a chance to search on that.
I'll leave you.
I recognize the name. I remember.
Yeah, she's written something else before, but
okay. Let's talk about the other big return because we do know about Luna, but then out of nowhere, a Zecora return.
Dun, 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 dun.
She had a great costume. I like that.
Oh yeah,
she did. She kind of reminded me of like Storm from X-Men, only with spiders in her hair.
Somebody said else. Well, except it's not black hair, but they were like, "Ooh, it's like an Elvira." And like,
just about, yeah,
maybe a little bit. You know, it's just a classic like spooky outfit. Maybe it is in reference to something, but it's just a good spooky outfit.
I'm glad she's getting along with the townsfolk now. Really, this is great.
Yeah, she did a good job of just going around and being like, "Here's the store," you know, just doing the entire like basis of the holiday.
Oh my! Yes, she was the one that wrote Cutie Mark Chronicles and Sonic Rainboom, as well as Storm of the Century, and the
All-Star,
the Return of the Harmony.
There you go.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Why it's probably it is my favorite episode as of this point because that lady do some good episode.
Yeah,
she does.
All right, so let's see. So let's go ahead and pull this in. So,
actually, it's a dude. It's Mitch Larson.
Oh, hi, Mitch.
Hey, sorry about that, Mitch.
Dude, Mitch.
Mitch, hey, Mitch, you want? Hey, Mitch. What's up, Mitch? All right,
Mitch.
You're the best, Mitch.
M.A. Mitch. All right, so let's do this. So they do the entire backstory of, hey, you know, this is what it is. You have to sacrifice some of your candy to Nightmare Moon, so that way she doesn't come and eat you because she'll try and find ponies, and that's why you wear a costume. So it's this big elaborate ruse to try and make sure that Nightmare Moon doesn't eat you. And then, in the world's worst timing, I am Luna! I want to be your friend! Respect me and begin your friendships! Ignore me! Ignore me!
Ignore me!
Go about your business! Ignore me! Yeah, just...
Don't scream and run away! Ignore me!
Total Grand Inquisitor right there. So yeah, she just comes in and just makes kind of this is the voice we used in Canterlot for ages. Why is everyone scared?
Unshorn fetlocks.
We use this voice all the time. What's up? You know, just being completely out there.
The Samuel L. Jackson of ponies, where she cannot control the volume of her voice.
Silly crazy. So yep, she shows up. Let's see, Luna's return, doing the traditional Canterlot voice, which is yelling, and then we all the time. First stop in Twilight Sparkle's tour to try and get her, you know, more liked is Fluttershy.
That was great.
That
was fantastic.
I didn't like Fluttershy because of this. I feel like in the second season, they're using her as more of a joke and less just cuteness. Because she's been, comic relief in the last 2 episodes, and that's... I really hope they don't continue that.
Well, think about it. She's been
Panic
comic
Shy.
relief for the past 4 episodes. Because think about Discord. She was the complete opposite. Just I mean your face. Just she has been kind of a little bit funny to that, but I like it. I mean, I like it. Whatever.
I like her being adorable. I really do.
She's good adorable. She's not like...
But I like Panic Shy.
She was, I like Panic Shy more than Angry Shy, and she was definitely just like, no, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll give you that much. Panic Shy is definitely very cute.
Is this quiet enough? Yeah, that's good. Bye.
There's no candy here. Go away.
I like the fact that she just doesn't like Nightmare Night to begin with.
Like, oh, Nightmare Moon.
Oh, hi, Twilight. Hi, Nightmare Moon. Ah!
Although I must say that her whole, snapping the bear's neck last episode was kind of out of character.
Yeah, well,
that was last episode.
It was a massage. She was helping. She was being a nice, caring, kind pony like she is.
Well, and it helped
to make breaking the bear's neck.
It helped make Twilight lose her mind.
Breaking Twilight, Nightmare Fuel Twilight was something else.
Oh, man.
But we're talking about Luna right now.
Luna. So let's see. After and then of course you have the ragdoll Fluttershy, which caused Pinky to do
her thing,
her Pinky-ish thing. Let's see. Then moving on, Applejack and Fun. So they had the spider toss, trying to get Luna, and she finally picked it up. Then did the pumpkin pult.
The fun has been doubled.
Yes,
double the fun.
The fun has been doubled.
If that's not a meme, by this time tomorrow, I will be very disappointed, Internet.
I'm pretty sure we can find something on Poneburu pretty soon. The fun has been doubled. Yes, that was a great line from her. So, things are going pretty well, and of course, Pip falls in the big bobbing bin. Luna helps him out. Of course, then Pinky goes Pinky goes crazy again, causes Luna to go crazy, causes Luna to make nightmare fuel spiders. I won.
Yeah,
I won every points.
How many points does this get me?
I have yet to see a screenshot of that close-up on her face, and I'm very upset.
I have, actually, and it said something horrible that I don't think I can say on the show.
Okay.
But it exists, and it's very funny, and I will link you to it afterwards.
There you go.
I would love to see it.
So, after the nightmare fuel, after that, Twilight trying to figure out, because pretty much Luna says, all right, you know what, this nightmare night, no more. Not doing it anymore. You know what, if you guys want to be jerks, I'm rescinding it. There.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I'm taking my night and going home. So, of course, commercial break so you could get your gyro bowls on. And
Yes,
you come back, and Twilight's like, wait a second, okay, let me do this. Let me get to the source of the problem. Pinkie Pie. So she tracks down Pinkie Pie by leaving a trail of candy so the chicken will find it.
Like you do.
Yep. And finally corners Pinkie Pie, tells her, hey, this don't
assaults
scream.
her in a back alley.
Because that's something we do on little girl shows.
Hey, Pinkie Pie, you're not going to...
Watch out for them.
Oh, dear.
They'll get you.
Don't you scream. Don't you scream.
She did. Don't shriek is what she said.
Don't shriek.
Basically, don't scream.
Don't scream. Are you promise you're not going to scream? And brings up, of course, hi, let's touch. Of course, then Rainbow Dash being the immense
tool,
the immense tool that there you go that Rainbow Dash is in a constant case. I am loving this so much. I'm going to get so much hate mail, and I don't care.
Send some to me. I want to laugh at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Sandy's going to have to listen to this too. He's like,
And see, I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold this against Sandy, and I'm going to say, look, this is example prime number A. Twilight would never do this. Never, never, ever. So, tries to do that. Rainbow Dash, of course, scares Pinky. Twilight has to tackle Pinky before she runs away, and then Pinky goes, no, I just like being scared. It's what I do on Nightmare Night. I get really scared. To which Twilight goes, oh, there we go.
I do. I can't remember, or decide, rather, if I love Pinky for that or hate her, because I was a little upset in the beginning where she was all scared of Nightmare Moon. Like, what happened to Giggle at the Ghosty? But
I know,
no,
that's exactly what I did, too.
It comes back at the end. Yeah, I know. But it comes back at the end. She was just trolling. The entire episode, Pinky was just trolling Nightmare Moon.
Look at it. Look at it again. She is totally at the very beginning, just going like she listens to what Luna says, and then the first time, what was?
Yeah, it was something about we'll have a glorious feast.
Yeah, it's like, and then freaks, and all the kids run with her.
Nightmare Moon's gonna feast on us. Yeah.
She's just waiting for the one opportunity, because we know Pinky. She's got that clairvoyance thing going. She's waiting for just the right opportunity to freak her and the other ponies around her. We know what's up, so Pinky was. Rainbow Dash might have been bad, but Pinky was trolling too.
She was.
You need to be accountable for your favorite pony.
You know what? I'd have done the same thing in her position.
All right, good to hear. Good to hear that we're keeping the status quo.
Yeah.
At least that's okay. I feel redeemed by that. So, okay, Twilight makes the idea, figures it out, says, okay, tell you what, we're going to go back to the statue in the Everfree Forest, which, by the way, when did the Everfree Forest turn into a tourist destination?
That was supposed to be like taboo, yeah.
Whatever happened to the Everfree Forest? No one goes in there. It's full of anticores and bad things. By the way, there's a statue. You guys want to come over? It's cool.
Let's bring a whole bunch of kids. Never mind the cockatrice. It's probably loose out there somewhere still.
Which shy as hell like that.
Yeah.
This is another episode with a whole bunch of creepy statues out there in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, dear.
Just a whole bunch of statues.
No, people were saying that fans were saying that in the comment that they were building the castle out there for Luna to live in, and then Luna and Zecora get together and have nighttime shenanigans.
Well,
I want to see that.
We have some terrible fanning. Sorry, that makes me have an upset face.
Your fanning is bad, and you should feel
not that kind of shenanigans. Jeez,
really,
like having fun.
Totally where you're going with it.
All right, so let's do this. By the way, on the scene that Pinky ran away, if you notice, Pinky lays an egg.
Yes, I did see that.
Yep.
It's a clever Easter egg.
Yep, nice little whack. All right, so commercial break, come back to it, or maybe it wasn't a commercial break.
No, not there.
No, not there. So just, all the kids are just like, well, this is our last Nightmare Night. We're going to dump off some of our candy over here for Nightmare Moon, because, well, this is what you do on Nightmare Night. To which, to all of our surprise, I am Nightmare Moon. I will not kill you I will not eat you. I accept your offer.
I was very surprised to see that she can control that at will.
Dude.
Pleased.
I'm sure it was.
I was going to say, maybe it's just like an illusion. She's not
I'm
actually
sure.
Nightmare Moon.
I'm sure it's just a guise. I am sure it is simply a guise.
What she does.
But it was definitely like, whoa, okay, they can do that. She can. All right. She has no problem. Like, yeah, I was Nightmare Moon, and now I'm not Nightmare Moon. There, I've dealt with it.
Yeah, shades and everything.
Yeah, I am no longer on the moon. I'm no longer evil, if necessary, because Twilight said, you should be Nightmare Moon. I could just imagine that. I should what? I should what?
You'll forgive me if I withhold my enthusiasm.
All right. Hold on. No. Hold on, Nightmare Moon, okay? All right. You're Nightmare Moon. Okay, Nightmare Moon, listen, I need you to just listen to me, because this is going to be a little crazy. I need you to look like Nightmare Moon.
Steffu Twilight.
No. Get me. All right. Just you got to trust me. They're going to like you if you do it.
Well, okay.
Okay. Wow, really?
It's a children's show. It would have been like that, too.
Really?
They only have 22 minutes to work with.
It wouldn't be the 35 to 40 minutes of, please, come on, I know what I'm doing.
You know what she does best, though? Lectures, so she would have gotten that down pat. So.
Pretty much. All right, so Nightmare Moon returns. By the way, for all you that enjoy secret butt fun, we now have scary butt fun.
I would really hope that you were going to mention that.
It's Pip, right?
It is. It's Pip.
Pip
it's like it was scary butt fun.
Scary butt fun. Scary butt fun.
Put that on loop. That's going to be my new text message to him now.
Oh boy. So yeah, you can enjoy your scary butt fun at this point. I'm sure that will be extracted soon.
That's
and of course,
ship fic.
My last official note for the episode was, of course, Rainbow Dash gets what she deserves because she is Rainbow Dash.
worst pony.
Comeuppance.
Done. All right.
Plaster, I mentioned this to Apple Cider earlier, but does comeuppance sound like a baked good to you? Can you go out and bake some comeuppance?
You know what? Now that I think about it, it does kind of sound like a baked good.
It's a piece of cake to bake a comeuppance.
Like a cummerbund or something?
No, that's a piece of clothing, dude.
If you bake your cummerbund, you can't go to prom.
That explains a few things.
That's why you didn't show up to pony prom. You burned your cummerbund.
So how about Derpy in this episode? We were talking about Luna.
Oh, yeah, Derp.
This was the first time that Derpy got, like, her own little scene.
Yeah, that's true. We did have there you go, DerpyHooves.com's own Derpy Hoof.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And full of straight and just front and center derp and front and center silly.
Did you like her costume?
Oh, God. I don't
she
remember.
Best costume.
Like, the best costume ever. She had the paper bag on her head and then, like, paper bags on all of her hooves, which I think is an homage to ponies and socks.
No, you know what? If it's a paper bag over her head, I wonder if it's an homage to Pony Buru. Because
Maybe.
the 404 is Derpy with a paper bag on her head.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Maybe it's like two internet references in one. Can they get away with that? Is that memeception?
Yeah, we could think about that. I'm sure that's something for every pony to think about.
Maybe.
So, wrapping up, so that was the full episode. I think I've kind of said at the very beginning what my feelings were on it. I'm kind of interested if you guys could make, because this sits at the top of mine. It officially, I love Halloween, so this is the Halloween episode. I love the silliness that came in it. I love all the references. I love it. It was great. It officially eclipsed whatever my other one was, which I'm sure was probably Cutie Mark Chronicles.
Did it Luna eclipsed it for you?
Yes.
All right. But I want to know, just because it obviously didn't chop the charts on both of yours, I'm kind of wondering, in comparison to other episodes, where does this, like, if you had to link it up to one of the other episodes, what would you link it to? Let's start with Plaster.
If I had to put it somewhere on a tier list, I'd put it on the same level as Party of One.
There you go. Pretty high, kind of second tier to the top, would you say?
That is, like, top tier, it's God tier, and then top tier, then high tier, then mid tier, then it goes lower. But yeah, so it'd be in the top tier.
Okay, and how about you, Floof?
Probably the same. I rank it up there with Lesson Zero and Sonic Rainboom.
Yeah, it was a prime episode. I think pretty much Studio B has been batting 4 for 4. I mean, I stood up for the Return of Harmony. Of course, I say the second one. The second Return to Harmony was great. I say that, the Zero one, which I'm derping on right now, I thought that was great. This one beat the top. I'm thinking this season is getting better and better as it goes.
I didn't know it was possible, but I think I can believe that, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope it continues in this trend, because I'm very excited for a couple of weeks from now.
There you go. So, do we have an episode next week? Does any pony know?
There's not an episode next week. The one after that, however.
They have to repeat. They're repeating this episode for Halloween.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they didn't just air it on Halloween, but I'm okay with it.
Pony shrug.
We're happy to get it now. All right. Well, that's cool. That's also a good thing for all of you to know, so you don't end up, waking up at your 10 a.m.s. Oh, already I'm getting rid of. Oh, it's the Luna episode. Well, I've already watched it 13 times.
Why not watch it again? What did you think about that? Actually, they're changing the times like that.
I am a late sleeper, so okay.
It's okay.
I didn't get to bed till like 3 o'clock in the morning last night, so I was like waking up, got up at like 7. No, it was at like 8 because Central Time.
Right.
So it was like 8. So I drove across town to my family's place where they have the hub, and I watched it there. I went home at around noon, took a nap, woke up for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
right.
For me, it was kind of up at 4 a.m., up at 8:30. Time to let in the floof. Watch the episode with a whole bunch of Chick-fil-A. Delicious.
Let in the floof. Am I the dog now?
Let the floof in. Let him take care of his business. Let him have some walkies. Got to walk the floof. And just take care of that. And that's. I think that pretty much wraps up the episode. My best and my favorite episode at this point.
Yeah.
Good times.
Definitely ranks in my top 5.
All right.
I'm sure.
Well, let's see. From here, I think that kind of... Do we have anything else? Are we done with the Luna? Are we done with Luna Eclipsed?
We're never done with Luna, but I think
We'll never be done with Luna.
All right, so we're done. We're finishing up on this. So that will be it. If any of you weren't listening, I guess you could start listening, but you wouldn't know because we don't timestamp these. All right, moving on. It's email time. It's time for us to get all those awesome emails you guys send across to us. You can email us at bronyville@gmail.com. As usual, what we will do is tell you what, since the ordering is listed up here, I will go first. Plaster, if you could grab seconds, and Floof, if you could grab thirds. That's how we will do it today. I'm going to start off with an email from Jazz Hooves. Hi guys, this show is the bomb, and I love the fact that the MLP community is strong enough to do something like this. I'm sorry that Apple Cider's family in Texas, that's chefs, probably wouldn't accept his brony ways. My family would be the same way. I have some friends that I can talk to about ponies, and that helps get along, but your show is a big help too. I love that you guys are what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. Good luck in the future podcasting endeavors, and God save the Queen. Barasaxi : Jazz Hooves. Let's see if Update does. Any of your relatives, close other peoples, know about the Brony infection yet?
Yes.
Yes. I just introduced my mom yesterday, and I used Report Zero. Because I went, really? Listen, I want to show you what because I thought it was the most, cartoony show, the most cartoony episode it gets, and the most, the old My Little Ponies it gets. So I was like, this'll show, okay, it's a good episode, it's quality, it's different than the old stuff, she'll understand and not be like, so you watched an episode about making dresses?
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. So I've done that with my family, or at least my mom. Probably don't really have to tell my dad. Not that important to me.
No.
Mainly, I needed to show my mom because I needed to make sure, because she's got a satellite dish with the hub.
Just in case.
And thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yep, and I'm sorry that Chef Sandy has bad parents. I guess that's all because he likes Rainbow Dash. Moving on. Everything gets blamed on Rainbow Dash this episode because I can do it because you're not here. Meh. All right, let's see, Plaster, if you would get this this next one, you're going to have to probably dip into a little bit of Spanish.
All right, Queridos, Apple Sparkle, and Rainbow Chef. There is a little something I wanted to share with you guys. Cupcakes, I read it, and I wasn't disturbed by it. To me, it was just like a Happy Tree Friends episode starring Flippy as Pinkamena and, Splendid as Dash. Anyways, to me, it was a hardcore yet interesting read, and it didn't change the way I see my favorite fantabulous pony ever, Pinky. But you know what actually disturbed me? Twilight Sparkle Lesson 0. Oh dear Celestia, the faces, the insanity, the evil smiles. Are you sure that wasn't the Halloween episode? Because it was creepy as yay. Okay, was that supposed to be because you guys use yay for...
yes, that is our curse word.
It is a joke.
Yay! After that, I will never see Twilight the same way, ever again. And here's some mandatory praise. I love your podcast, and I hope you guys keep working on it for months and months to come, because it's awesome! In short, Bronyville, me gusta. Thank you for the hard work, guys, you put into it each week. Sincerely, Santiago from Colombia. P.S. The Brony, it's spreading all over the world. From Santiago Madrigal.
Me gusta.
Me gusta.
It means something in Spanish.
I think it means something
I like.
Good.
Yeah, there you go.
Like.
Me gusta.
Bueno.
Bueno. Muy bueno.
Me gusta.
Gorgitas. All right. But yeah, Twilight Sparkle was crazy that last episode, and it only solidified my love for Twilight Sparkle.
Seriously?
It only solidified, because you know what? I like knowing that she is that organized that she could get so over-organized.
She dropped a couple of points for me, actually.
Aww.
Like Twilight Sparkle Nightmare Fuel kind of did give me upset thoughts there.
Upset thoughts?
Thoughts.
Well, she cracked once before with...
Barely. She barely cracked.
She
she had the one hair out of place. If you notice, she had all of her hairs out of place.
Okay,
on her
so
mane.
there was the little crack, and then all crack.
The big crack. And the laying on the bench and petting her tail was just the point where you think, yeah, She's lost.
It's just, I have a feeling, just by what Sibsy and Raven said, expect to learn a lot more about all these ponies' personalities this season. Because I think that the crazy is not ended yet.
No.
Actually, I was talking with Floof, and we were talking about a redemption episode for Applejack because she hasn't had her one episode, and I figured it out.
What's that?
It was what I thought would be a great idea is if there is an issue that comes up that just no pony can take care of, all the other main 5 are just like, we can't tackle this. It's too much. It's too hard. And Applejack just goes and just calls in all of her extended family, and they just fix it in a moment.
I like that.
It's just like, there.
If we could see Brayburn again, I'd go for it.
Therefore,
I'd pay for that.
That would be great if
Another
just
Brayburn.
Every pony just shows up at once, just like, yep, we'll fix this, done that. All right, you take care of that. And just like, all right, there, we're all fixed. You guys should have called us earlier.
Lesson learned.
What do you know? So there you go. You should have been honest, wink, with me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I should be a writer. Well, I think everybody thinks they should be a writer.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just saying that, so thank you there, Santiago. All right, Floof, your turn.
Okay. Dear Amazing Podcast, I've been listening to you guys since you were announced. Downloaded episode 1 within the first weeks and been loving it ever since. Or been loving every episode. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Oh no, my cursor. Where did it go? Okay. Anyway.
I see it bouncing around.
I know. Got 2 unrelated questions this week. First is, will there be another pony gaming episode? The first one was great, but there's always new material being released in this fandom, so one's got to come out kind of often, I would think. Secondly, I'm hoping to repaint a pony and give it as a gift for a friend. His character is a male Earth pony, and I'm wondering if such a figurine exists for me to use as a base. Oh, actually, funny you should mention that. Anyway, I prefer a G4 pony base, since a lot of the older generations kind of look derpy to me. If this is not an option, what possibilities are there for making a pony from scratch / commissioning custom models? May your hooves stay sturdy. Quicksilver.
Okay, so let's see. Tell you what, you talk about that a little quick. I actually have something I need to open because this is quite apt.
It is. Going back to your first question, which is one that I can't answer, that's definitely an apple cider thing. Let's talk about the second question first, actually. As it would have it, Hasbro actually sells their Generation 1 ponies, but they sell blank ponies. They're white, and they come with a mane and a tail, and you can paint them and draw them and do whatever. And a friend of mine, Sable Kitty, actually did one for apple cider a little while back, and he just came back to Atlanta to get it. The only reason he came back to Atlanta, not to visit family or friends or anything. He just wanted to come and get this pony.
Yep.
And he's looking at it right now.
And I have it right now. It is a very apple cider pony with all of the cider cutie mark on the side, and he's totally hanging out on my notebook at this point.
Totally.
Is that a G4 base or is it G1?
No, it's a G1, but they still look pretty good.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, this one is definitely his. It's more built. I mean,
it's an Earth pony, that's for sure.
It's definitely an Earth pony. So there is that. If you do want to definitely work with G4 bases, your best bet is literally to work with some of the little tiny pocket ponies. And you can kind of, I've seen people do...
Like the ones they sell in the Canterlot Target sets now?
Yeah, kind of like those things that you gave me in the bag, or the Canterlot sets. So you could get your main 6, and then you could get the backup ponies. They're not going, of course, it's not going to be big, stocky, if you're trying to do Big Macintosh, it's not going to be as big and stocky, and you'll have to make some edits. But you could turn an Applejack into a Big Macintosh. You could definitely do that. Your third option is really, besides that, is really to custom mold. There have been people who have done custom clay mold figurines, sometimes basing off, I think one of them actually did base off of the old G1 and added to it, and they did some sculpting, but that's going to take some extra work, some extra effort. But, if I had to do that, there are definitely people, my best thing would be check and see if there's something on Pony-chan, because Pony-chan has the entire merch board on there where they talk about hairstyling and they talk about some of the modifications. So why don't you check that out, because that's probably a good place to start.
There are quite a few people, there are quite a few guides out there as well. I'd also would like to throw in my own two bits on this one, is that the G4 pony male and female bodies are kind of the same. The only thing that's really different is the head. So there's that. And if I could shout out to 2 people that I've gotten customs from in the past, we got Okie Girl 1992 or something like that, and then Modern Warmare. Both of those people, both of those girls do fantastic work, and if you can find them, get something from them. They're like $40 for a custom, and they'll do fantastic work.
And as for the little side question of will we get video game ponies on here, you could always, if you want a particular group on here, why don't you do this? Tell them, hey, I like your stuff. Why don't you contact these people over here at Bronyville? We'd love to have them on. Well, if we say, hey, your project looks good and cool, we'll put them on the list and we'll have them on the show. So, if there is a project you really like, why don't you have them contact us? Because that's kind of the easiest way. There's so much out there at this time.
Do you want me to get in touch with the Equestria Online guys? Because I'm friends with those guys.
Did we do Equestria Online? I'm so dirty.
Because I know Sweebo. He is the guy. He's like the second in charge or second in command, but he's kind of the guy out there. But he visits and he chats with me all the time.
Yeah, we could figure something out. I'm trying to remember all the games ones that we've done in the past, so I'll have to double check. But and this is what you think. If you ponies have connections. I don't want to go too far on this, but I did get an email from somebody of like, why can't you interview more bigger people? It's like, well, sometimes bigger people are harder to get. If you guys want to help us out and be a road crew and try and reach some of these people, or at least, give us the contact information, like, I don't know, the voice of Pinkie Pie, I cannot find her agent to save my life.
Andrea Libman, yes.
I cannot find it. She is a ghost.
Wait, there are people bigger than us anyways? I don't know this.
I guess. But, if you can do that, you don't have to actually contact them and be like, hey, this podcast show did it. Just send us their contact information. We have started getting in contact with some of the VAs and stuff like that. So,
because I know like that Friendship is Madness or whatever guys, I don't know how they get contact with those guys. Like they had the lady who does Celestia.
Right.
Last time, and then they had one of the animators for the show on. And I do not know how they pulled it off.
You just have to ask.
Sometimes it really just requires asking.
I was actually talking to Techaramity from Equestria Daily. He said that when he was getting his interviews with JT and Lauren Faust and all that stuff, all you have to do is ask. So
yeah.
They're nice people. They're really nice people.
It just requires getting in there and doing it. I think for us, it just the thing that I have with some of these, especially with the voice actors or the voice actresses, is the fact that these people they're invested in the show, but they're invested in the show in as much as that they do they do their voices and maybe do a little bit more. It's the production staff, it's the storyboard artists, it's the animators, all them that really start spending a lot of time on the show. And this isn't to totally dismiss because, and I'm sure everybody is one, but, I have done VA stuff and VA practice before, but it is definitely a segmented different thing than sitting down there and animating all the time. So what we get out of an interview with them would be different, obviously, than what we would get from somebody who is actually poured like the midnight oil into doing this. So
that would be a fun interview.
Yep, trust me. If
that.
I could get Tara Strong on the show,
you and like a million other podcasts.
Yeah, but Tara Strong, you've done voices for everything on the planet. By the way, this is a My Little Pony podcast. You'd be like, really? You don't want Harley Quinn from the new Batman? No, Twilight Sparkle, please.
You don't want Timmy Turner. You don't want Bubbles. You don't want Princess, whatever it is.
No,
just Clara. No, it was. What was it that she does?
Tara or something like that.
She does Toots, doesn't she, or whatever?
And Toots, yeah.
She was both, isn't she?
Yep. So all of the things together. You want the little girl show. Yes, in fact,
yes, please.
I think she knows about us, though. I know she knows about us. She was on a radio show before. What was it? It's this anime, The Fan.
Yeah, The Fan. She did that. I know that there was a Comic-Con that she was at, and people were asking her to do a whole bunch of voices, and she went through the standard of Bubbles and all that. And I'm the crowd, it sounds like, was just yelling Twilight, Twilight, Twilight over and over and over. Mm-hmm. And finally, on like the fifth pass, she goes, "Dear Princess Celestia," and the room explodes.
It's all it takes.
It's just like,
crowd.
but it seemed like it's just like, this is all right. Here you go, dear Princess Celestia.
It's amazing what the fans lead up.
Yeah. All right, let me move forward. Greetings, Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, Esteemed Des, and whatever combination of the above are on the show this week. First of all, as a Brony who has ventured into the dark territory of G3 ponies, I thought I should write to clarify some of the things said in regards to G3 on episode 26 of Bronyville. Both Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle were in G3. Sweetie Belle was always a unicorn, but Scootaloo was an earth pony. Both of them were originally full-grown ponies, but were redesigned as fillies in 3.5, where they actually seem pretty similar to the current versions of their characters. Scootaloo's cutie mark was a butterfly, spoilers, and Sweetie Belle's was a stylized heart. Oh, and G3.5 Scootaloo is Cheerly's little sister.
Ooh.
Weird.
That's where that comes from.
Secondly, Twilight has long been my favorite pony, and Lesson Zero only cemented that opinion, despite her creepy, insane persona. This episode shows more depth to her character and makes even more of an interesting pony than before. And as someone who struggles with OCD, I can now identify with Twilight more than ever. Take care, lock, stock, and barrel.
This seems to be her Twilight Sparkle's party of one, actually.
Pretty much.
A lot of people equating that.
Yeah, it's her craziness. Does this mean that we're going to have a rarity party of one? I would like to see that.
Maybe.
As something where she just dramas it.
Drama couch everywhere.
No,
the drama couch, but we had that with Suited for Success, where
Yeah,
she had that breakdown. She's like, "I'm ruined."
Not very well.
Not as bad.
Not to this extent, no. But she did kind of have her own little mental breakdown.
Maybe that's what Sisterhood's going to be, the next episode.
Oh yes, maybe so.
Yep.
Maybe this is season 2 is like the episode, the Everyone Goes Crazy season.
it could be that. You know what? That'd be all right. Discord is still around. He's still mucking with every pony.
You know, going back to her first, is that Lockstock?
Lockstocks.
We'll assume that's a guy. It's Bronies are guys. Going back to his original statement about venturing into 3.5, there's something I'd like to say, and something I've been saying for a while now, is that 3.5 was good for D&D, bad for MLP.
There you go.
That's a good one. I like that.
And they're both owned by Hasbro.
Yeah. Coincidence? I think not.
All right, Plaster, if you'd mind getting this next one by Songbird.
My pleasure. Dear AC and Chef. AC's not here. So, dear Plaster and Chef.
I'm here.
What? No.
Okay, wait, no, AC is here. Chef is gone. I get those two mixed up. It's all right. Okay, so dear AC, Plaster, and Floof. Being a high school girl who already. Okay, I'm going to read this normally.
Yeah,
Please, thank you.
Okay, being a high school girl who already loves cute and cuddly things, I was never mocked that much for my pony love. And though I know there are many people out there who hate MLP with a passion, I have never encountered one of those people. Recently, however, when an online friend of mine found out my true love for the show, I was bombarded with pony hate and slapped across the face with the stereotype of all the pony lovers being hateful, crazed, pony pedophile pone drawers. Being a very sensitive pony, this upset me. How do you deal with people like this in a reasonable, non-confrontational manner? And how would you suggest avoiding these parasprites? Thank you, and I adore the show. Love, Songbird.
You know, I actually have a pretty good answer to that question, actually. First off, I have encountered nothing but love and tolerance from all of the bronies that I've come across. And even the couple of trolls that we found online posting these bronies eventually, got all straightened out. It was just a misunderstanding, and now everyone's friends. But there are 6 simple words that you can say to somebody that I learned working in retail that just shuts up their argument. It's, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Twilight Sparkle is the best pony.
That works.
And that works too.
Yeah.
But I like that. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah, just
I use
try
that all the time. It works. It really does. Because then they're like, well, why am I complaining?
Exactly.
Here's another one taken from a YouTube video that is also 6 words. It's okay to not like things.
Oh, another good.
That is a good one.
Yeah, it's okay if they, want to be a parasprite about it, then that's fine. And it's up to you and them if it's going to become, an actual problem or an impasse that, it just can't get around. But, the thing is just you be the better pony. You just don't be confrontational about it. Just, be, all right, well, fine, you don't like anything. And there's been plenty of people that I've shown the show to. I showed it to one of my friends, Don, recently, and just, like, will he convert? Will he convert? Nope, didn't take. But, it's just like, all right, that's fine. At least he didn't. There's really only been one person that has gone like, oh, man, ponies. And it's one of those people just like at work will show up and just be like, my little pony sucks. And my response is going to be, all right, cool, whatever,
But, and if you're in a group of friends, or there's somebody in that group of friends that doesn't like the show, please keep them in mind.
Yeah,
that they're there.
Yeah, you don't have to keep rubbing it in. I mean, I when I do it, I make sure that everyone around either knows and is okay with it or likes it.
There's other things to talk about.
Yeah, there plenty is. Even though when you know that there's someone else in the conversation, you're just like, hey, dude, come over here. Dude, did you see that last episode? Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, I've been in my position. I've been on the front lines of defense against trolls, parasites, whatever, for way too long, and I've seen this happen way too much. And I've seen it from the outside looking in, and I've seen all the complaints against us, and a lot of it is just a small group of people that are really loud. And my defense against that is that, well, just because I like something that they like, does not mean I'm like them.
Yeah, and many of the cases, these are definitely ones that they're just. I put them in two camps: people that would never actually watch it, or people that feel threatened by it. It's either people are just like, I don't like the show, and I'm not going to like the show because it's popular, and I'm not going to like it, or people who are threatened because I am part of this community, and somebody flooded it with a whole bunch of pony pictures, and now suddenly I don't like the pony community because of said thing.
The people on CO, some of them.
Too many pony pictures, man, ponies.
The CO Defense Force.
Yeah.
Boy, you're ruining my site. Like they own the place.
I was posting Goro, and then you posted ponies. What's going on?
Oh, V, the video game board, they hate us with a passion.
What are ponies doing on video game boards anyway?
Fighting is magic, that's what.
There's about it, yeah. But there are a lot of people out there who are trolling with pony pictures, trying to get people more pissed off at us. So
that's sad, the parasprites.
As I said, I've been on the outside looking in for a while and stuff like that. So,
it's usually the people that would not watch the show that are just not interested. They're much more friendly about it. It's the threatened people they're really adamantly hateful.
I don't know why they're trying so hard to take us down. People are saying we're worse than the Sonic fan base, or worse than Homestuck, and all that other things. I don't know why. Like, I kind of see why people are saying we're worse than Sonic, but I don't know anything about Homestuck.
Sonic fans are just...
I want everyone just to concentrate on their iPods or whatever they're doing right now, because I'm sending a face across this internet wave.
It's not a very attractive face he's making right now.
No.
Please stop that. Put on a happy face, AC, please.
Well,
all right, happy face.
It's gotten to the point in time where somebody's going to have to step up, like a group of people or somebody. We're going to have to all get together and kind of start cracking skulls and say, hey, please stop doing this.
Let's not crack
it's
skulls,
making us look bad.
That's kind of the opposite of our mantra there, isn't it?
Slap some wrists within the fan base.
A loving pat on the shoulder.
Like with the Sexy Foster Corn whole thing a couple weeks ago, they lynched the guy who told Lauren Faust right off the internet. I mean, that's not as extreme I want people to get, but I want people to start voicing it.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of people who are like, well, I don't really care. Why should I care? Why should I care? But then, if you stop caring and then you let this continue, it's only going to get worse.
Because they came for me then, and then there was no one to defend me.
And you were the only one left, and then they came for you. All
it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing.
There you go. All right, Plaster, if you mind getting the last little image here.
Was that me?
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you? Okay, never mind. I am totally wrong.
This last email is a nice little short.
And please, if you could do it in your Ira Glass voice.
I was kind of hoping the rest of that.
Yes!
Yes!
Dear Apple Cider and Chef Sandy, I'm a huge fan of the show. Your weekly podcast is always entertaining and fun. You two definitely kept my sanity during the summer. Thank you for that. There's only so much a fan fiction can do. Move your cursor. It's in my way. Okay. I wanted to show my appreciation by making this pick. Sincerely, Sketchy. And down below, we have a very wonderful drawn picture by Sketchy of Apple Cider and Chef Sandy. Apple Cider has a huge nose, kind of like he does in person. And they're sitting at a Bronyville desk, and they're recording their podcast, and it's very happy. And it's in the show notes. And you can see that at bronyville.com. Is it? No, it's BronyShow.
BronyShow.com.
Oh, and they have call letters behind the desk. It's WEQD.
Which isn't our official call letters.
No, of course it's not.
But it's
You guys
still...
have official call letters?
No. If we did, we still got to figure them out. Those letterings are up for grabs. Whoever pays us the most. There you go. A very radio desk, but of course, you know.
WMLP.
Yep, there you go. So, super cool. Thank you.
Actually, you would be KMLP because you're on the other side of the Mississippi, aren't you?
Yeah, that'd be true. We are West Coast.
KMLP, Brony Radio.
I was always wondering about that. I never actually looked into it. Thank you for educating me on that.
No, you're very welcome.
No problem. Bronyville is always a learning experience for every pony involved.
Love and tolerance in learning.
So thank you very much, Sketchy. If you want to check out that picture, you can do it on the show notes. You can find the show notes on BronyShow.com. And to move on, we've got the iTunes reviews. So I want to thank every pony out there who gave us 5-star iTunes reviews. Just go to Bronyville on iTunes, leave us a 5-star, and write us something nice. We have 277 ratings right now, which is totally cool. To go ahead and state it, we're going to go thanks to...
The show comes crashing down.
Thanks.
Who?
No, we got to do the first one.
There's a smudge on the screen. I can't read
Thanks to Rainbow Dash, Invid Lord, Lock, Stock, and Barrel, Evil Mage Tim, Quicksilver the Pony, Starry Night, Lizak, Ivan Marin, Steve Calkins, Kit Kat 371, Ivan Marin, Richards
Again.
NT, Percy V, Luke L, and Vincent Malari. Hey, if they do it multiple times, I don't mind.
Can you give that multiple reviews?
You know what? If they do, good for them. That's more multiple reviews. As long as they're 5 stars, I love them.
You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to span you with 5 stars, and you're going to say my name like 20 times.
Do it.
Yes.
Just as long as it's not the name of that first pony there. All right, and just to give you an idea, so I gave Starry Night, who left us a 5-star iTunes reviews, to give me some other countries. So we tried Romania. None. Romanians, I'm disappointed. Also Portuguese. I'm very disappointed at you. French. None. Philippines. None. So I finally told her to choose an English-speaking country. So I chose Australia. So thanks to Jack Migger, Lightning Hoof, Rhino Dash, Forsyth, Muellerton, Samuel 7897, Natang Talan, Your Evil Twin, Hissing Skullboy, and Cam 4576. Thank you very much for the iTunes reviews. That helps us so much in your respective countries to get us seen. And we are drawing to a close now that all that has been done. The doors are slowly closing. This episode is going to end soon.
Say it isn't so.
I know. I especially like it because, dude, this room is awesome.
I know. If you come back to Atlanta, we can use it again.
Dude, yes. I might have to take pictures. And that way you can build me a setup like this somewhere. I don't know. So it's time for our one cool thing where we talk about one awesome thing. If you get nothing out of the rest of this episode, we want you to just check out this one cool thing, which is totally awesome. I haven't put in the link here because the website could change a little bit, but I'm going to reference over to something that I have been helping out on. It is a place that I role play. I may have referenced it before, but you know what? I like these guys enough, and I'm helping them out. And that is the ponies over at Equestrian Dawn. Equestrian Dawn is a muck. It is a multi-user chat thingy, and you can go in and role play and set up your own character, and go in and just play around and go into different rooms and go into Canterlot and go into Ponyville and have fun and role play. And you know, there's a good, nice community, great players, and it's growing, and it is super cool. So I would highly suggest going over and checking out Equestrian Dawn. It does take a little bit of learning. You have to learn how to do muck commands and move yourself around, but you know, I highly recommend it if you are into the role-playing type. I know one pony here has recently joined as well.
Yes. I sent in an email saying, hey, can I have a character? And they sent me back saying, you have a character. So I'm going to go home tonight, and I'm gonna muck it up.
I'll help you set up your hoof.
Oh,
your
yeah?
hoof info.
Okay.
There you go. Plaster, what do you got for us?
Yes. Well, I have my own podcast, and I'm going to advertise it here because I can. It's called Driving Distracted. Basically, I go when I'm working, I drive for work. So what I do for like 40 minutes-ish a week, I talk about what I do on derpyhoofs.com, what's going on there, some of the news that goes on, and I also talk about, like, I share my opinions on the fan base, the show, whatever comes to mind. It's very free-form, and it's I've gotten some good feedback from it already. I'm on episode 5, and that's what I have linked in the show notes, is the latest episode, which is going to take you to derpyhoofs.com, where I have all of them listed somewhere on my Tumblr, which is linked. Anyways.
So you actually do this while you're driving? You record the podcast while you're driving?
Yes, I do.
That
is the same mic I'm talking to now.
Pretty kick flank, actually. That's a great idea, because you have all your best ideas when you're driving.
Yes,
okay.
It's a great. It's kind of the background noise-ish because I'm on the highway.
Yeah, but whatever. That's cool. I'm totally going to give that a listen, man. That's awesome.
Do you have any situations that come up where somebody cuts you off and you just start swearing?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Actually.
There we go. That's it.
That's not an FCC regulated or on iTunes or anything like that yet. So I mean, I swear a lot. So if you don't like that sort of thing, I do not filter, and I try my best not to edit it.
Explicit.
I do no editing to the show. So whatever I say on there is true, and I occasionally have to go back to an episode back and be like, all right, I got to take this back. I'm sorry. But it hasn't happened much.
Oh, a One Pony editorial session stream of thought.
Kind of, sort of like that. I mean, I try to keep it, keep some sort of structure to it, and I make sure that I list what I talked about in the show notes, so people follow along.
All right, sounds good. Floof, you got 2 for us this week, which I will allow. So what's your first floofy hoofy thing?
I have 2 very cool, or I have 2 semi-cool things, which make one very cool thing. The first one is a restaurant that somebody had linked me to in a chat. It's called Equestria Cuisine, and it's actually some very fine dining. So if you're anywhere near Germantown, Tennessee, you can come to Equestrian Cuisine. They have... Oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce some of these things on this menu, but it's only like 370 miles from Atlanta, so I have my next road trip destination now.
You get to go inside there and be like, I would like a daisy sandwich. Oh, what?
A daisy, yes. But don't wear your Brony t-shirt. This is definitely a hoity-toity get-up right here.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very swag.
Of course, you could wear your Brony t-shirt on with a jacket, just like a sweat jacket, diner jacket. Just go in there and be the hip one in Tennessee.
See if you can get a discount.
That wouldn't be hard.
Well, it's outside of Memphis, so...
See if you can get a discount for wearing a shirt that has Equestria on it or something.
Yeah, so...
Do you sell t-shirts?
Yeah, come on. All right, and what's this second one you got?
The second one is actually something that has very little to do with ponies, so... It's actually an article about the Vancouver Metropolitan Orchestra, and they're starting their 9th season, and it goes into different things that they do, but what really caught my eye was the last 2 paragraphs, where they mention soprano Shannon Chan-Kent and what she does in her off time. She's actually the voice of one Silver Spoon, and she also sings for Pinkie Pie when Miss Libman cannot do it. So I thought that was very interesting.
I remember reporting on that. And then that's where that whole season 3 conspiracy rumor started coming from.
I like when Pinkie sings. I don't like Silver Spoon.
You're very conflicted right now. I know he's making his angry face.
I guess it's okay.
But I thought that was really cool that these people, they have...
They're professionals.
Yeah, they're professionals. They're multi-talented. Like, she's a very beautiful singer. Like, look some of her stuff up on YouTube.
Very
All
nice.
right, it's very cool, very cool. All right, that draws us to the close of this episode. So I want to thank every pony for listening. That's very awesome to have all you listeners. I also want to thank guests. Very, very cool to have you, Plaster. Where can every pony find you?
They can find me on derpyhoops.com.
There you go. And also big thanks over here to my bro, giving some bro hoofs again. Pow!
Bam.
Over here. Thank you very much, Floof.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, and once again, you guys, you listeners of I, super awesome, and do realize that the Rainbow Dash hate is all in fun. It's all silly. Please don't destroy me with comments. I know I still like Rainbow Dash somewhat. So
she's in your top 6.
Yeah, she is in the top 6. Actually, Sakura might be best.
Ooh, oh dear, oh no.
Sakura's best zebra. There we go.
Pip is best pony now.
Pip snuck in there.
Yes.
All right, so if you want to go ahead and check out our website, you should do that at BronyShow.com. If you want to send us an email, that's going to be Bronyville@gmail.com. If you would like to follow the Twitters of myself and the very absent Chef Sandy, my Twitter account is going to be Bronyville. Chef Sandy's is Chef Sandy, both of those at Twitter. If you would like to follow us on that awesome Gmail, or not the Gmail thing, but the Google Plus, you can find me as Bronyville Podcast, or just Bronyville, and you can follow us as long as we're still there. And website, leave iTunes reviews. We'll say your name, no matter where you are, please. That gets us further up there and, furthers our cause to try and have every pony see pony. And I think that is it. That will do it for Bronyville episode 27. Great to have you guys listening. We will catch you next week. Sleep well, every pony.